how we doing? I have got myself a Ulefone Note 9P for review. Let's take a look. So a couple of weeks ago, one of you kind audience members asked me to get hold of this, which is the, well, this is a box, but you get the idea. This is the other hand. So this is the Ulefone Note 9P, and it is a very cheap phone. It's currently available on Amazon for around £100. Probably a similar price in other territories, but as I'm in the UK, I'll only comment on that. Let's have a look at this phone. This is a box. Must get this right, we'll get it right eventually. So what have we got? We've got a water drop screen. There we go. So camera built into the display, which is a water drop, so not a punch hole. We've got an octa-core processor. So we've got the MT6762, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage, face unlock and fingerprint ID. So I'll just show you on the phone. Fingerprint ID is on the back there. So it's not an in-display one, but that's not the end of the world. When you look at the face unlock, it is, unfortunately, it's not the one that's very secure. It is just, it recognises a picture of your face based on what you input. It's not got the extra security that Apple phones have and more high-end Android phones have, which is where it knows the distance as well between phone and face. So it 3D maps it effectively. Got triple cameras. It does say 1600 watt triple camera. I'm assuming that is in reference to what it says on the back of the phone, which is upside down there, but I'll just turn it around. So 16 megapixel triple camera. We've got a display which isn't quite full HD, so it is 720 by 1600. So fairly low resolution, but it's good enough. And we get a 4,500 milliamp hour battery and Android 10 straight out the box. So let's see what it's capable of. It does come with a free case, which is here. It's just a very basic one with cutouts for the well, charging and speaker, cameras, fingerprint sensor, and oh yes, headphone jack. But I like the phone without it, to be honest. It's got a nice colour to it. You see my fingerprints all over it, which is just from a few hours use. So if you want to keep it looking as nice as it does on the box, then you're going to need to give it a clean every so often. Fingerprint sensor is very fast and responsive. Quite hard to show on here, but that unlocked it there. So quite happy with that. On the back there's 3 cameras as well, which is kind of given away with the text there where it says triple camera. One of them is a macro lens, which is very handy. We've got a flash there, which you can also use as a flashlight or torch. On the sides we've got SIM trace, dual SIM, or SIM and SD card. I believe. I am just going to take this out just to triple check. Get a SIM tool in the box, which you'd expect really, as it's a bit useless if you haven't got one. So the tray comes out, and oh wow, not seen that before. So this is SD card and dual SIM, and it's already got 64GB of storage, so that's a nice touch. Put that back in. On the other side, headphone jack, my favourite and something that I never want a phone to not have ever. Down this side we've got volume rocker, volume up, volume down, lock button. The lock button's got a sort of strange pattern on it. I'm assuming so it's easy to find if it's in your pocket. And on the bottom we've got a mono speaker and USB-C charging point, which also works for data. Unfortunately it doesn't work for HDMI out, that kind of thing, which is a very big shame. I wish more phones would have that. Hint, hint. So unlocking the phone, we have very much stock Android. I have installed some additional apps on here. It comes out of the box with the without the app tray activated, but you can actually enable that. So you do get the option. But I've just kept it so that all the apps go on the home screen, just for the ease of completing this review, really. Stock Google apps come on the home screen. There we go, usual drill. Encouraged to use those by the manufacturer, no doubt, because they've not put their own alternatives on there. Other than that, on the home screen, on the first home screen, you get the time and date. And we've got emergency something. Let's see what this is. Emergency alert history, right? Okay, I've seen that app before. Get sound recorder, easy launcher. I'll just show you this. So if you go into this, what this does, it makes it have an alternative home screen where you've just got whatever apps you want access to on there. And also you can add speed dials on there, and you can get camera, messages, phone, etc. Not a big fan of this, to be honest with you, but never mind. You can exit it once you've enabled it, and you don't have to use it. Game mode, so that's this is on nearly all of them now. So this just basically frees up frees up RAM, so games have access to the most amount that you possibly can for better performance. Camera we'll go into in a little bit. Calculator's a calculator, obviously. FM radio, that only works with headphones in. I have tested it and it's good. It uses the headphones as a receiver. Then we've got QR code scanner, which does what it says on the tin. Whether or not you can do it in the camera app, I don't know. I think mostly you can these days. SIM toolkit, so I'll go into that. Can't use it because there's no SIM in, but I'd assume that's for transferring contacts, etc. Got a system manager, which is one of these apps that you used to get from app stores, but they now tend to come on devices. So it's getting rid of some apps from storage or from memory and just keeping everything nice and clean. Got Google Assistant by default, so you can do the 2 words, which I'm not going to say on the video because it might trigger your devices. Files app, which is again a Google app, fairly new. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but I'd recommend it. It's really good. Keep Notes, so that's the Google app there. It used to be called Google Keep, but now it's seemingly called Keep Notes. Child mode, so if we go into that, you can set a pin. So I'll just set it as a load of ones, and then you can choose what apps are allowed on here. So you can, just allow your child free run on your phone. Obviously, you don't want to be letting your child access Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, so you would probably want to get rid of that. So in settings, if you add the PIN number, you can select how long it's enabled for, and it'll lock the device after the timer's run out. Choose whether or not to use mobile data. You can put a restriction on that. You can reset the password, and then you can select which apps are available in the child mode. So very handy. If you keep pressing home or trying to close it, you can't get out of it. So it's pretty solid, to be honest. A nice solution for allowing your children to use your device. If you click exit, then to exit child mode, you got to enter the PIN number all over again. Tool bag. So this is normally on these rugged phones. For some reason they've added it to this Ulefone, which not a problem. Quite a nice touch. Most of them do what they say on the tin. So compass is telling you which direction you're pointing in, basically. Sound meter. This is a nice one. So as you can see with my voice, it's becoming quite harmful if I keep my voice raised, or it just goes to quiet environment, or can't get it to extremely harmful noise, but I don't want to test that because it'll probably hurt your ears. Picture hanging, so that uses a macro lens and it enables you to get a picture vertical so that it's on a 90-degree angle against the wall, or whatever it is that I'm trying to make it sound like I understand. Gradient tier, so you can measure how flat a surface is. So my desk -1 degrees on the horizontal. Not good. Whoever built that is an idiot. That was me, by the way. Height measure. So, there we go. You input your own height. Then you stand straight on the same level of the target. Adjust your phone. Align your eyes, your phone, and the bottom of the target. Then click anywhere on the picture. Then the third step. Stand straight on the same level of the target. Adjust your phone. Align your eyes, your phone, and the top of the target. Then click anywhere on the picture. Fantastic. You can measure height. Magnifier. So this uses a macro lens and you can zoom right in. So if I just chuck the sim tool in front of the camera. Whoa, very zoomed in there. There we go. So we've got it in shot. And we can zoom right in. I'll try and keep it in focus. I've got to get it further away to get it in focus. But you can. That's quite good, that. Bearing in mind it actually looks like that. So that's impressive. Got a protractor which measures angles. So if I go from my finger to, say, my other fingers there, that's 93.37 degrees. Very nice. Plumb bob. So if you're putting wallpaper on, yeah, just measures the downward angle, really. Quite fun trying to do that, but also it uses a camera so you can see where you're pointing it at. Something I didn't mention actually on the protractor, that also uses the camera, so you can measure from a distance, for example. And then alarm bell, here we go. Trigger warning here, flashing light on the back of the phone. Alarm bell, it's as loud as your volume is, so turn it up, turn it down. Screen flash I'm not going to do because I don't want to upset anyone by making the screen flash. So that's a basic walkthrough of the built-in apps from the stock install. I'll just show you how quick it is at like skipping through things. It's fairly quick. Can't complain really. It's got do not disturb, it's got torch, super screenshot, screen record built in, battery saver, airplane mode, dark theme. It's becoming more popular, although I've noticed recently some of the apps don't really like dark theme, but not to worry. It's got Bluetooth built in, of course. So we'll just take a look at some gameplay that I've recorded. Let's have a look at them cameras in a bit more detail, shall we? Disappointingly, the video only records at 720p. I've now switched off electronic image stabilization and I've also set the focus so that it's locked. If your intended use is for vlogging and you want to use the front-facing camera, then this is the sort of quality you're going to expect. This is just a selfie on the front-facing camera, just to give you an idea of what the camera looks like. I do apologise for my face, but I can't do much about that. And this is with the beauty mode cranked right up. Yeah, that looks a bit ridiculous. I don't really understand why they put this on. It annoys me. So here's an image of a Poundland USB charging cable. So I've done this with the rear facing camera, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And then I've switched over to the macro lens. And as you can see, the detail that comes out is unbelievably good. And here we've just got a picture of my hand with the bokeh effect switched on. And unfortunately it's one of those fake ones where it just sort of blends the edge of the frame. The return of a cup of tea. A couple of days have passed and I have now decided whether or not this phone is good value for money or not. In short, yes, it is for the price. Just short of £100-ish or $100-ish. Well worth the money. Probably have preferred to see something a little bit more special when it came to the amount of cameras on there. It doesn't really take advantage of the fact that there's an extra one or two. A bit disappointing. It would have been nice to have less RAM at a smaller price. Doesn't really need 4 GB of RAM. It doesn't really speed the device up. The processor is clearly a bottleneck, and the storage, so a bit pointless really. It would probably have gotten away with 2 or 3 GB without any noticeable difference. Quite like the dual SIM, and of course the headphone jack. Yeah, for the price it's okay. I do think there are better ones out there though, but don't let that put you off. If you like the design, if you like the images and videos that you've seen, then maybe go for it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so to help my channel out, and of course follow me on all the other social media platforms, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.